I would love for us to just go a little bit further and talk about, do you see a trend, or maybe just in your own experience, what is the relationship between spirituality and entrepreneurship for you? How do you run your business? Is spirituality a part of business for you?
It has been for the last almost decade now, for sure. Prior to 2015, it was all about proving myself. It was all about ego. It was all about, I'm going to show myself and everybody else around me that I'm good enough and I can succeed and all that stuff, until that didn't work anymore. And I went through, there was a family issue. It was an illness in the family that basically just stopped everything and it just rocked my world. Bottom, just hit bottom. And I just basically realized that I was trying to fix the inside by changing the outside, and that wasn't working. So it took me a few years to figure out, well, how do I function like that in the world? Because it's easy to get into all sorts of like theories or philosophy or spirituality, whatever you want to call it. But then at the same time, you have things you want to create and do and achieve. And I think for me, again, business to me is art. Business to me is a creative act. It's different than music in the sense of the tools that are used and the instruments, I guess, but it is still a creative act. And I think business, it's so easy to get caught up in the idea that the only thing that matters is the outcome. The only thing that matters is the end result and the performance, without realizing or giving really respect to the fact that the performance is the result of the process and the being present and the quality of your consciousness as you're doing the work. Because then all the other things that I talked about before, all that crazy, variable, unpredictable, messy stuff of the world, COVID 2020,
Yeah.
right, is all mixed together. And then you get to a result. And a lot of this stuff is beyond your control. Most everything is. So that's spirituality, of being able to say, for me, okay, I am not me as my identity, more so now than 5-10 years ago, for sure, is not wrapped up in how much money I make, how much is in my bank account, how many customers I have. That does not mean that I do not feel it when something goes wrong. It just means that
Of
it's no
course.
longer the death of my self.